It's been 12 years since my son last spoke to me. Today I found out he's moving to Europe. I am literally shaking while I type this, so I am sorry if it is a mess, but I have no one else to talk to. My cousin called me an hour ago and asked if I knew the big news. I had no idea what she meant. She sounded so awkward when she realized I did not know. My estranged son, 30M, is moving to London. He and his wife, 30F, along with their 2 kids, 4M and 2M, whom I have never met, are leaving in 4 days. He is going across the ocean, and I had to find out from a pity call. I'm sitting on the floor of his bedroom, and I cannot breathe. It was always just us. We were best friends. I worked 2 jobs to get him those soccer cleats. I stayed up all night for every fever. He was my entire life, and I loved him so dearly. And then I ruined it. I know I did something sick. Close to his graduation, he threw a party, and a lot of his friends were there. I was really lonely at the time, and I was exhausted. One of his friends was there, and I just did not think. I was horrified at first that I slept with a 19-year-old, but I was so alone that I went back to him a few times. It was just a brief fling that lasted a little over a month. I guess he started telling people, and eventually word got back to my son. When he confronted me, I could not lie to him. I have spent 12 years wishing I could rip those few nights out of time. I can still hear him screaming at me in the kitchen. It was the last time he was ever in this house. He said I was a disgusting old slur. He called me an old hag and a pitiful excuse for a mother. He told me that every time he looked at me, he felt like he had to vomit and scrub his skin raw. He said he wished I had died instead of his dad. Then he grabbed a bag and left. I thought he would get over it. I really did. When he moved away 400 miles to college, I thought he would calm down after a while. I gave him a year and decided to visit him during his sophomore year. I drove to his college because I thought if he just saw my face, he would remember all the good times we had and forgive me. I even made his favorite cookies. When I tried to see him, he had apparently called campus security. I had to sit in my car and sob while the police told me that if I did not leave, I would be arrested for stalking. My own son had them escort me out like I was a criminal. I found out he got married from a Facebook post my cousin showed me. I have 2 grandsons, 4 and 2 years old, and I do not even know what their voices sound like. I spend 3 or 4 hours every single night scrolling through strangers' pages, looking at tagged photos of his wife's friends, just trying to catch a blurry glimpse of his kids. I saw a photo of the oldest at a park, and I cried for 2 days because he has my nose. I still keep his room ready. I know people will say I am crazy, but I do not care. Every Sunday, I strip the bed and wash the sheets. I take his old track shirts and flannels out of the dresser and wash them with the same Gain lavender scent I used back in the day. I iron them. I press the collars. I fold them perfectly and put them back in the drawers. I keep his shoes lined up by the door. I spend hours going through old photos, wishing I could bring back that time. I am 54, and I am a ghost in a museum for a boy who hates me. In a way, I guess I thought that if I kept doing this and kept everything the same, someday he would come back to me. But he is officially moving halfway across the world, and I am never going to be able to accidentally run into them. Nothing. The kid I raised all alone wants nothing to do with me anymore. Now he is going to London. He is going to be thousands of miles away, and my grandkids are going to grow up with British accents and will not even know my name. He is leaving the country, and he did not even think to say goodbye. He is just done with me. I do not know how to keep doing this. I just want my boy back. I would give anything to go back to when it was just us. I am so alone and filled with misery.